This is a map of pragmatic territory, as far as I can tell. It's the territory that people actually inhabit. At the first level, it's the square. I called that the dragon of chaos. That's the unknown as such. And it's the thing that you fall into when your conceptual schemes fall apart. What manifests itself out of that is femininity. And femininity comes in two forms. One is benevolent femininity. Example would be this. You see Mary on the left there. She's in a structure called a mandorla, which is, from a Freudian perspective, has obvious sexual connotations. You see, if you look carefully, that she's standing on a reptile and holding her child away from it. It's a common medieval Christian image. And you can think of it as divine because women spent an awful lot of time doing that with their children over the course of our millions of years of evolution. And it's something that's sacred because our species depended on that for its survival. This one's even better. This is a medieval image. I love this image. So there's Mary with the Christ child, and she's standing again on a reptile, a predatory reptile. But in the background, you see all those weird little shapes? Those are musical instruments. And they fill space. And the medieval artist who drew this picture had this intimation that behind the manifestation of something as primary as the protective maternality of Mary was something like the music of the spheres, or a collection of harmonious patterns, and that this figure was constantly emerging out of that background of harmonious patterns across the infinite stretches of time itself. And it's a sacred image because it represents something that human society cannot live without. It's like any society that doesn't regard the virgin and the child, who protects the child from the predatory serpent as a prime element of sacred reality, is going to make itself extinct. You know, I could say, for example, that that's what's happening to the indigenous populations of Eastern Europe at the moment, where their birth rate is far below replacement.